still set point for the Rebels, match point for the Rebels, championship for the Rebels coming up if they can get one more point.
Rebel volleyball is on.
Fisher serves. Hopkins, great pass up front. Cornea sets left side. Grohl hits back corner. Was it in there? It was tipped, and the Rebels win 25-19. 3 games to 1.
Last season, Coach Cindy Stewart and the Rebs climbed back to the top.
Sierra sets left side. Julia hits it hard and splits the D, and it was deflected out of bounds.
They pounded their way to a 17th Rich High School Volleyball State Championship and brought the trophy back home.
Alicia again with the serve. Vicious serve, and it's a service ace. A lot of mustard on it.
With a reloaded roster, the Rebels take the court with their sights set on defending the title and making it 2 in a row.
Larson serves again. This one passed to the up official. It's a service ace for Risha.
Turn up the volume, Rebel fans, and join us for Rich Rebel Volleyball on Rebel Radio. KADQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Set up front in the middle. Set is blocked. On the attack, Julia Hopkins with an epic recreation block of the game.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, the Wind River Hotel and Casino of Riverton, Wyoming, T-Bar S Body Shop Technoglass of Evanston, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, West Star Printing in Evanston, Edwards Furniture in Logan, and by mylocalradio.com.
Hopkins passes. Cornea sets into the middle. Peart touch attack into the middle, and the Rebels win 27-25. Perfect placement by Savannah Peart.
And now, Rebel volleyball fans,
Slaps it down, diving dig by Amber Leaf.
get ready as we head to the court to join the play-by-play voice of the Rebels, Ryan STEINECKERT.
Good afternoon and welcome to Rebel Volleyball on KADQ. Today the Rebels continue the Cokeville tournament against the Mountain View Buffaloes of 2A Wyoming. We're at Cokeville High School in Pool C, which puts us in the auxiliary gym. Same place the Rebels faced Evanston this morning. We'll tell you more about that match and the upcoming match against Mountain View when we continue on our pregame show, brought to you by the town of Randolph. Mayor Lynn Weston and board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Bridget Pugmire, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. We'll hear from them, and we'll set the scene for today's match of Rich Rebel Volleyball on KADQ FM 98.3 with live video online at mylocalradio.com.
Randolph is located near the geographic center of Rich County, Utah, on a high plateau with an average elevation of 6,300 feet. The first group of settlers, led by Randolph H. Stewart, camped on a knoll south of the present town site on March 14, 1870. Randolph is a town of extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 in the winter. The folks who live here are also extreme, extremely loyal, extremely friendly, and extremely supportive of our youth. Good luck to all the Rich Rebels this year from everyone at the town of Randolph.
We're back on the Town of Randolph pregame show, and we've got an exciting match for you this afternoon as the Rich Rebels take on the Mountain View Buffaloes. And if the Rebels want to stay or have a chance to be in the championship or the gold bracket for tomorrow's tournament play here at Cokeville, they need a win against Mountain View. So that's what's on the line against the Buffaloes. And it's time for the Pugstone Sporting Goods scene set. Winter, summer, spring, or fall, Pugstone's has it all. This will be quick as we're getting down to time when this match is about to start. The Rebels are coming off a 3-2 loss against Evanston, a match in which the Rebels took the lead. They led 2-0. They won the first 2 sets before losing sets 3, 4, and 5. A part of that was Savannah Peart getting hurt, but she came back. She was playing a little bit tentatively. I talked with her between matches. She said she thinks it's a deep bruise on her right, real high on the thigh, like almost up on the hip. She dove down to get a ball and landed funny on the hardwood and bruised that high thigh, just on the outside, the hip, I guess, and she said it's pretty painful. She iced it up, and she was out warming up. She says the trainer cleared her to play as long as she feels up for it and it's not too painful. But if it hurts very much, then she should sit it out. So pending how she feels, the Rebels should have Savannah Peart. Another big part of it was Rich just couldn't get over the block. Kaylee Aspen Anderson of Evanston were just so big on the block, and part of that is because they are so big. They're much taller than anybody the Rebels have other than Sydney Hatch, but they also just played well. Their timing was on. They knew what the Rebels were going to do, go high and outside, and Rich had no response, no adjustment, no answer for that. So Rebels won the first 2 sets and then lost sets 3, 4, and 5 to lose the match against Evanston 3-2 and move along to face Mountain View. Now the Buffaloes are coming off a pretty easy win over Preston. They won 25-21 and then 25-19 and 25-8. It was a dominant victory for the Buffaloes, who the Rebels will face here in just a bit. We'll take a look at the Laketown Ledger coming up just before game time. The Rebels and Mountain View Buffaloes have faced each other in each of the past couple of years, and we'll tell you more about it when we return in just a bit. First, though, let's wrap up our Pugstone Sporting Scene set. Pugstone Sporting Goods, your Bear Lake All Sporting Goods shop. We're just a few minutes away from the start of today's action, and coming up, we'll visit with Coach Cindy Stewart. I didn't have a chance to catch up with Coach Diana Timms as soon as the Rebels finished their match against Evanston, Coach Timms was coaching as Mountain View played Preston, and now Rich is playing against Mountain View, so no time to talk with her. But we'll hear from Coach Stewart when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Bear Lake's best information spot is Pugstone Sporting Goods, located at the 4-way stop in Garden City. Find out where the fish are biting, where the best scenic trails are, winter or summer, plus all the other information you need to have the best time ever at Bear Lake. You'll also find hunting and fishing supplies, boat equipment, life vests, clothing, beach toys, sunscreen, souvenirs, and more. Pugstone Sporting Goods at the 4-way stop in Garden City, Utah. At beautiful Bear Lake. Stop in today.
The best family vacations create lifelong memories. The Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming offers a family dinosaur dig and vacation package that includes digging for fossils at the Wyoming Dinosaur Center, sack lunches, tours of the museum, and lovely clean rooms for a comfortable night's stay. With 3 restaurants to choose from, you and your family will have fun, eat well, and rest easy. Schedule your family dinosaur dig at the Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming today. Call 866-657-1604.
Welcome back to the pregame show brought to you by the town of Randolph. I got to apologize. I just failed to figure out my timing. I should have realized that the schedule, the tournament runners, the folks running the tournament would want to get back on schedule and move things along as quickly as possible. So for this afternoon's match, we'll have to skip our comprehensive family dental pregame coaches show. We won't be able to hear from Coach Stewart. Again, I didn't have a chance to catch up with Diana Timms, but Coach Stewart, if you heard our interview this morning, we played versus Evanston. She feels good about this team. She always thought, or at least for the last several years, she's thought this group of girls that are seniors right now have a good chance to win state. Julia Hopkin, Amber Smith, Kiara Grohl, Talisha and Risha Larson, and Savannah Peart. Very good ball players, very good, smart volleyball players, and Coach Stewart feels like they're going to be a good team. Now, they'll have to come up with some adjustments, especially against teams like Evanston that have some height and can put on that block high and outside, and we'll have to see what kind of adjustments the Rebels have made between matches as they come out to take on Mountain View. So that's just a quick synopsis of what Coach Cindy Stewart had to say. Brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental, Dr. Sean Grohl, providing quality family dentistry since 1998. You're tuned into the Town of Randolph pregame show, and let's move right along with this coverage and jump ahead to our Town of Laketown Ledger. It's the Laketown Ledger brought to you by the Town Council and Mayor of Laketown, Mayor Sim Weston, council members Dallas Clark, Chris Hodges, Gary Ogilvie, and Delora White. And looking back, Evanston or Rich and Mountain View, the only times I could find that these teams have faced off against each other has been here at this Cokeville tournament the last couple of years. And Mountain View's gotten the better of Rich. They played in 2014 and 2015, did not play last year. And Mountain View beat Rich 3-0 in both of those matchups. Again, 2015, so 2 years ago and 3 years ago. And Mountain View won those sets, or those matches, 3-0. This will be an interesting match. I'm interested to see how this one goes for the Lady Rebels against Mountain View. And that match is just about to get underway, and that's your Lake Town Ledger. Rebels 0-2 against Mountain View in the most recent history that I can find. Good luck, Rebels, from the Mayor and Town Council of Lake Town. Moving along to your starting lineups, brought to you by the Randolph Country Store. We may be small, but we've got it all. And for the Rebels, it's Kiara Grohl, Talisha Larson, Savannah Peart. Good to see her back out there, and we'll hope that that injury, that bruise, is nothing more than just a bruise. Julia Hopkins, Sydney Hatch, looks like she'll get the start in this one, and Risha Larson as well. Amber Smith, the libero for the Rich Lady Rebels. As for Mountain View, let me just try to work this out real quick and see. I've got their roster. Again, it was difficult to talk with their coach. I didn't have a chance to talk with Coach Diana Timms. She was coaching, doing her job, so no complaints there. Kelsey Georges is starting. She's number 8, along with they're in a bunch right now, so it's tough to see numbers. But Haley Stevens is out there. Number 19, Frankie Jenkins. Haley Stevens is number 6. Number 4, Brianna Timms is how we pronounce that, Brianna, along with, it looks like, Allie Bugas, and a 5th starter, Bailey, or a 6th starter, Bailey Timms, looks like who it is. So again, Allie Bugas, Brianna Timms, Haley Stevens, Kelsey Georges, Bailey Timms, and Frankie Jenkins. There's a few Timms on this team, Brianna and Bailey, along with Coach Diana. There's also a few Herfords, Carly Herford, Haley, and Lindy Herford on the team. None of the Herfords starting, but certainly the same last name. Again, Mountain View beat Preston. They finished that match about 40 minutes ago. 25-21, 25-19, and 25-8. And Evanston, with their win against Rich, keeps, of course, that one win keeps them alive for the hunt for the championship bracket that runs tomorrow. Rebels will need to beat Mountain View and Preston, and I'd be safe to say, based on what Mountain View did against Preston, that if the Rebels can beat Mountain View, they'd have a pretty good shot at beating Preston. Those are your starting lineups, brought to you by the Randolph Country Store. We may be small, but we've got it all. Again, our pregame coaches show today was brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental. Dr. Sean Grohl, providing quality family dentistry since 1998. Beginning serve of each set is brought to you by the station in Randolph, here for your convenience needs. And again, our pregame show was presented by the town of Randolph. Mayor Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Bridget Pugmire, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. Looks like Risha Larson is back and waiting to serve. I think we're just waiting on officials at the scores table. Coach Cindy Stewart is there at the scores table, just discussing a few things with the down official, maybe rotations and things of that nature. The up official is in her spot up on the stand. And again, thank you for tuning in to the Town of Randolph pregame coaches show. There's your beginning serve, and it's an ace for Risha Larson. That drops down in front of Mountain View. And Rebels lead 1-0. Circle H Land and Cattle Company service ace to start things off. Passed and into the middle. Good push attack to the back corner by Bailey Timms, and we're tied at 1. Rebels were all collapsing in toward the net. Nobody dropped back to cover that back corner. And serving for Mountain View is Frankie Jenkins, rather. Rebels set it up. Savannah Peart pushes it back there. Jenkins passes it high in the air, set up out on the left side, slapped across by Lindy Herford. Rebels set it up and slap it over. Dug up by the libero, Carly Herford. Back row, Kiara passes up into the middle. Smith hits from the back row, and it's picked up, dug up, set up, and hit to the side. Rebels dig it up. It's off the ceiling. It bounced off one of the heater vents, or cooler vents, probably was more what they're useful for today, and down to the floor, and the Rebels couldn't get to it. Mountain View on top 2-1 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Smith passes up front. Kiara left side. Peart to the back row. Passed up high by Jenkins. Big hit. Larson digs it. Kiara sits in the middle for Talisha, who hits the back corner. It's bumped up high into the rafters, and Mountain View can't play it. We're tied at 2 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. So Savannah Peart will drop back to serve. away from us and toward right to left if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com. Set up, Jenkins hits. No, excuse me, that was Hereford who hit. Rebels dig it up, set for Hopkin, who slaps it across, and a point to the Rebels. One of the players for Mountain View goes over the line, and Rich is back on top 3-2 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Peart again to serve. Again, the beginning serve of each set brought to you by the station in Randolph, here for your convenience needs. Hereford hits. Rebels dig it up, chase it down. Hopkins hits, Peart hits it over the net, but outside the antenna, and we're tied at 3. Our camera today is presented by Bear Lake Realty, Gary and Amber McKee in Garden City. Visit bearlakerealty.com. Bailey Timms serves. Hopkin receives. Kiera back to Hopkin on the left side, high and outside. Hopkin hits it pretty hard. It's dug up way high, bounced and bumped over, or slapped over rather. Peart to Grohl. Kiera left side. Hopkin hits hard but into the top of the net, and Mountain View is back on top 4-3 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Timms will serve again. This is Bailey. Sister, I would assume, or relative at least, Brianna Timms, also on the team, just bumps it high after the Rebels attack. Kiera digs it. Larson, that's Risha to Hopkin, bumped it over. Set up in the middle, and here's the hit. Rebel deflect it. They keep it alive. They're scrambling. It's off the side wall. Larson bumps it over, but it's not volley ball. And the point goes to the Buffaloes, 5-3 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels struggling a little bit, and I just noticed my scoreboard. Looks like it's not updating. Let me just, there we go. There we go. Stacy's Repair scoreboard updating as the Rebels earn a point. A serve was long. It's a service error, and Rich trails by 1, 5-4. Good serve by Talisha Larson. Hit to the back row. Larson and Peart let it go. They both thought it was going to be out. It was not, and it's 6-4 Mountain View with the lead. Buffaloes on top, 6-4 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Kelsey Georges serves. Peart pass, good one up front to Kiera, left side. Hopkin hits, one deflection by one blocker is Haley Hereford. Buffaloes set it up, pass it over. Overpass by the Rebels. Buffaloes barely keep it in the air, and then Jenkins slaps it across. That was Hereford rather again. Kiera left side. Hopkin hits to the back row, and she splits the D on the back line. Libero Carly Hereford couldn't get to it. Got one finger on it, or one hand, but that was it. Bear Lake Realty kill for Julia Hopkin. Kiera Grohl serves. Goes cross court. It's passed high to the outside. Set up into the middle. Rebel 3 blockers are there. They keep it up in the air, bump it, and Hatch bumps it over. Good decision just to get it over the net. Set up left side. Hereford hits between the blockers. Hatch and Stacy were getting in position but didn't quite get there quick enough. 7-5 after the kill by the Lady Buffs. Checking back in is Allie Bugas, and she'll drop back to serve. Buffalo's on top. 7-5 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Peart bumps it high. Kiera left side. It's way outside, and Hopkin just slaps it across with the left hand. Set up into the middle, and the hit is long by Stevens. Did the Rebels tip it? No. No deflection there. Side out. Rebels trail 7-6. We'll look to tie it here as Hopkin sets up to serve. Strong slap. Bugas passes up front. Set into the middle. Punched over. Smith lunges out and keeps it alive. Kiera sets left side. Peart with a strong hit. Dug up by the libero. Overpass by Hereford. Rebels set it up again. Peart this time pushes down the line of the net, and it's dug up. Set left side. Hereford down the line. Kiera's there for the dig. McKenna Stacy, and then Hopkin bumps it over from the back line. Set up into the middle, and Stevens' hit is on the back line. All 6 Rebel players on the floor saying that was out, but no, the line judge says in. 8-6. Mountain View with the lead and the serve, and it's libero Carly Hereford for the serve. She goes about right in the middle. Hopkin, Grohl, Peart hits, blocked. It hangs on the net, and then the Rebels push it to the back corner. Great attack by Kiera, but dug up by Bugas. Back to the other side. Hopkin, Kiera bumps it high to the outside, and Peart bumps it over. High pass, set to the left side, and this time it was Jenkins who hits it over. Rebels set it up again for Peart. Hits, deflected high off the block. A back set on the right side. Down the line is in there by Haley Herford, and it's 9-6. And the Rebel block was surprised by that back set. Just didn't get in position to defend it. Herford. This is again Carly on the service. Kiera to Peart, who tries to really swing hard and hits it into the net. Got up over the top a bit. 10-6, Mountain View with the lead. Stacy's Repair scoreboard. First set is brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Into the middle, good pass. Kiera left side. Peart hits it through the D. It's deflected, bumped, and slapped over. Good attack considering the poor initial pass. And a slap down. Rebels can't control it. It's 11-6. Mountain View with the lead. Carly Herford again. Peart, good pass. Grohl hardly has to move. Set for Hatch, and she slaps it through the D. Finds the floor. A Bear Lake Realty kill for Sydney Hatch. Rebels down by 4, 11-7 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard in this first set, brought to you by Rolene Kennedy. Amber Smith to serve. Good strong serve. Bugas, good pass up front. Set out left side. Jenkins hit, tipped on the block by Stacy. Kiera pushes to the back corner and drains it. She nails it in the corner, and it's 11-8. A Bear Lake Realty kill for Kiera Grohl. If you're looking for beachfront or room of the view, secluded mountain retreat, timeshare option, visit bearlakerealty.com. Bugas again the pass. Nice one. Set up. Rebels deflect the hit by Timms. Set it up outside. Peart goes cross court, and the set was outside. She faded away and got underneath it as she tried to go cross court. Hit it wide out of bounds. 12-8. Mountain View on top. Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Serving is Brianna Timms. Stacy receives. Kiera bumps into the middle. Peart slaps it, and Timms is there. Pass set up left side. Jenkins, Hopkin with a good dig. Kiera left side. Talisha hits, and it's blocked, but to the floor on the Mountain View side of the net. Nice Bear Lake Realty kill by Talisha Larson. On the outside hitters, you got Hopkin, Larson, Peart. Right side, Risha Larson, Sydney Hatch. Middle blockers as well. Mountain View sets up, bumps it over. Risha passes up to Kiera. Nice pass set up for Talisha. Hit, blocked. Peart digs it up. Rebels keep it alive. Talisha slaps it to the back corner. Mountain View gets it, and Jenkins punches it across the net. Smith, Kiera left side. Talisha splits the D, but back there is Bugas to dig it out. They set it up left side, and Jenkins splits the Rebel defense for the kill, 13-9. Buffalo's on top by 4 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Setting up to serve, Frankie Jenkins. Hopkin, tough pass, but the Rebels keep it alive and bump it over. Set into the middle, hit hard, and lands right on the outside line. Nice attack by Jenkins, and it's 14-9. Rebels down by 5. Setter is Kelsey Georges for Mountain View. Frankie Jenkins serves again. Good pass by Peart. Kiera dump set to the back line. Carly Herford is there. But the set goes into the net. 4 hits, and the Rebels are going, what is going on here? The no whistle came finally. It does. Luckily for the Rebels, they had continued to play until the whistle, although they were confused about why there was no whistle. 14-10, 4 hits for the Buffaloes to get it over. Peart serves. Herford, left side. Herford. Lindy was the one that hit it. The Rebels set it up left side, and Hopkins splits the D. Just drills it between the two blockers. And it's 14-11 on the Bear Lake Realty kill from Julia Hopkins. We need more of those. Savannah Peart again the serve, this time from the right side of that back line. Set up into the middle, and just like Aspen Anderson did for Evanston, Frankie Jenkins just tips it into the corner right in front of the net. where no Rebels are. They got 2 blockers. Jenkins just tips it to their side and down to the bottom from the middle. Hopkin receives the serve. Kiara sets left side. Julia hits. It's deflected, dug up, and pushed over. Peart bumps up front. Kiara sets again, high and outside. Hopkin splits the D, but it's dug up again by Jenkins. Pushed across, down the line, out of bounds by Haley Stevens. And the Rebels are within 3, 15-12 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard here in Rolene Kennedy's set number 1. Talisha Larson serves. Passed up front, set, hit across by Lindy Herford. Rebels set it up. It's bumped back. Hatch slaps it back over the net. Set up to the left side, too close to the net. Herford couldn't get there. And the Rebels are within 2, 15-13 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels led 1-0. Mountain View quickly caught, took the lead, and has led since. Left side, little punch over the top. Diving dig by Hopkin. J-Bar Excavation dig of the game. And Mountain View can't control it. That will be your Mountain View, or your J-Bar Excavation dig of the game. Leads to a Rebel point. And that was Julia with a beautiful diving dig. Talisha serves. Not a great pass, but they keep it alive. Slap it over. Kiera, and a player in the net. No, 2 hits. A double touch, and we are tied at 15. Rebels were down 14-9. A 6-1 run for Rich. Herford, they set it up left side, punched across, kept in the air, but bumped way out of bounds, and Mountain View retakes that lead, 16-15 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Mark that that rundown for the Rebels, 6-1. 16-15. And serving is Kelsey Georges. Rebels set it up left side. Hopkin hits into the D. It's blocked right back to her and just inside the line. 17-15. It went over her head. And down to the floor. Georges again to serve. Peart, good pass up front. Kiara sets in the middle this time. Hatch slaps it down pretty hard. It's back up at the net. Tipped over. Got hung up on Julia's hand, and she kind of pulled it back to the Rebel side where they couldn't keep it in the air. Georges again to serve. Rebels need an attack, need an answer. Smith passes. Kiara bumps it high to the left side. Hopkin hits. Good defense as Herford is there. Set up left side. Jenkins hits way too long. Oh, no, that was Herford who hit long. Lindy Herford. Rebels get the side out. Trail by 2. 18-16 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard in the first set, brought to you by Rolene Kennedy. Kiera serves an error. That's the first Rebel service error of this first set. They had a bunch of those against Evanston, including, I think, 5 in set 5, which they lost 15-8. Bugas serves. Peart receives, set up left side. Hopkins splits the defense. 19-17, a Bear Lake Realty kill for Julia Hopkin. She'll drop back and serve up. Julia just clears the net. Looked like it was not going to make it, but it certainly did. Jenkins hits hard. Smith digs it. Kiera bumps it high, and Amber Lee pushes it across. Set up left side. Herford with the big hit. Rebels dig it, though. Kiera bumps it, keeps it alive, and Hatch runs into Stacy. No communication, and the two collide, and neither one can make a play on it. Makes it 20-17. Rebels down by 3 in this first set. Carly Herford, Amber Lee. Hopkin passes, bumps it up front, and Smith bumps it over. Set up into the middle. Quick set, deflected by Hopkin, but backwards. Nobody can get there, and it's 21-17. You might get a timeout here by Coach Stewart, and we do. We'll take one as well. Rebels down 21-17 in set number 1, brought to you by Rolene Kennedy.
School volleyball action on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, and online at mylocalradio.com.
Rolene Kennedy of Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston is your Rich County representative. The mother of 5 Rich High graduates and grandmother of 3 more graduates in the making, Rolene is here for you. She's a recipient of GM's highest salesman honor, the Mark of Excellence Award winner, meaning she provides you with the best customer service in the industry. The next time you're looking for a car or truck, think Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, your Rich County representative. The Rebels took an early 1-0 lead in this first set. Mountain View answered. We were tied a couple of times at 1, 2, and 3. Mountain View took the lead at 4-3, and they haven't given up the lead since. Rich tied it at 15, but Mountain View has gone on a 6-2 run since that point. Rebels receive. Kiara sets left side. Peart hits it to the back corner. Dug up, pass into the middle. Slapped across by Bugas. Rebels set it up again left side for Peart. Hit, deflected, blocked, bumped back over and out of bounds by Kiera, just trying to do anything she could to keep it alive. And it's 22-17. Rebels again a little flat-footed. Hereford. This is Carly, the libero, serves. Peart, good pass up front. Kiera sets it up left side for Peart, who just tips it over the top of the block. Dug up, set up to Jenkins. Smith digs. Kiera bumps it over on the set. Set up left side again to Jenkins. Hit down the line, deflected and kept in the air. Kiera. Stacy bumps it high and Hopkin bumps it over. No real attack. Set up left side again. Jenkins slaps and Hopkin is there. Good digs. Pass left side. Peart hits and it's deflected by the block. Set up into the middle this time. Hereford and Hopkin with a nice dig. Peart slaps it down the line, and she gets the better of the block. Haley Hereford. And her arms pointed out, her hands pointed out, and Peart with a Bear Lake Realty kill makes it 22-18. Mountain View is quickly adjusted to put 2 blockers out on that high and outside, left side for the Rebel offense. Smith serves, set up into the middle. Hereford rather. Nope. Third time's a charm. Bailey Timms hits it into the net, got over the top of it, and just smacked it right into the nylon. Smith and the Rebels down by 3, 22-19 as Amber serves. Jenkins, Amber, nice dig. Peart bumps it high, and Hopkin bumps it over. Bugas up front to Georges, set up on the right side. Rebels able to dig it up. They got a good defense there. Peart pushes to the back corner. And Hereford is there. Pass up front, left side. Jenkins dug up by Kiera. Rebels don't get a good pass, but they keep it alive. Set and bump to the right side. Hit, and the Rebels kept it alive for a second there, but Haley Hereford will earn the kill, and it's 23-19. Rebels down by 4 in this first set, brought to you by Rolene Kennedy. Brianna Timms set to serve. Left to right if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com and toward us. Smith passes, Kiera sets, Peart hits, bumped, and bumped over. I'll tell you, this Mountain View team is scrappy. They able to get hands on just about everything. Talisha hits from the left side. Mountain View digs it up. They set for Jenkins, who hits, and Hopkin digs it up and bumps it over the net. An overpass set up and pushed over. Hopkin pushes high. Set up left side, Talisha to the back row, Bugas. Georgia sends it up left side, Jenkins. Hit, deflected, and Kiera bumps it high right near the net. Stacy can't keep it in the air. And it's 24-19, set point for the Buffs. Brianna Timms serving. Peart with a great pass right up high. Kiera sets for Talisha, who hits down the line. Bugas is there, deflects it way to the back line, bumped over. Again, Mountain View keeping things alive. Kiera sets left side. Again, here's Talisha, hit down the line, and again bumped high in the air and kept alive. Jenkins will slap it across. Smith, pass up front. Kiera left side again for Talisha, hit and to the back row, and again bumped high and pushed into the net by Jenkins. Rebels outlasted Mountain View on that rally. And Risha Larson will check in to serve. Rebels need at least 4 points consecutive to keep alive in this set. Risha serves. Pass up front by Herford, set it up in the middle, and hit by Timms. Rebels dig it up. Set left side to Leisha, to the back row, Bugas. Good pass up front, Georges left side to Jenkins. Hit, deflected, Smith dives and keeps it up. Peart, and then Risha bumps it over. Good job by the Rebels to keep it alive. Here's the middle again. Timms bumped back over. Kiera kept it alive somehow. And Mountain View sets it up. Hopkin with a diving dig. Kiera again to the middle this time. Pushed over by Peart. Buffs keep it alive. Risha bumps it high. Kiera sets into the middle. Peart again hits to the back line. Bumped high by, again, Timms. Set up by to Jenkins. She slaps it. Smith digs. Corny. Kiera sets left side. Risha, Talisha rather, hits it. Dug up on a dive by Herford and slapped across. Smith bumps it high. Kiera into the middle this time. Peart hit. Deflected to the floor. A Bear Lake Realty kill. The rallies don't get much longer than that, and the Rebels needed to keep it alive. And they do. 24-21, still set point in Rolene Kennedy's set number 1 for the Mountain View Buffaloes, and they'll take a quick timeout. We'll take one as well and be back on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
It's the model year-end clearance sale going on now at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston. They need to make room for the 2018, so the time to buy is now. Receive up to 20% off select models or up to $5,000 in bonus cash. Auto Farm is stuffed with 2017s that they need to move. Receive 0% financing for 72 months on select models. Get down here before they're gone. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. We're a different kind of dealer.
The best family vacations create lifelong memories. The Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming has teamed up with the Riverton Golf and Country Club to bring you great golf getaway packages for the whole family. Come for a couple of days, golf, eat, relax, tour the Wind River Indian Reservation, and enjoy the Native American tribal dancers. Pet rooms are available so you can bring the whole family and stay. Call today the Wind River Hotel and Casino, where families play, stay, win. 866-657-1604.
Back to the action real quick. We go back and forth, and then Jenkins finds a touch attack over the Rebel block to the floor, and Mountain View wins set 1 25-21 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels dropped their 4th consecutive set going back to this morning's match against Evanston. And again, your final score on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard in that set 1 25-21, Mountain View with the win. And your first set was brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. We'll be back with set 2 after a moment on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
We sell fun. Come see and feel the fun when you shop at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. You and your family will have fun year-round, in the water with personal watercraft, in nature driving your side-by-side or riding your four-wheeler, or in the mountains on your snow machine. It's always fun at Cache Honda Yamaha, no matter what the season is. Our showroom is full of inventory to choose from. Start having more fun today. Visit Cache Honda Yamaha between Logan and Smithfield on Highway 91. We sell fun.
When you have dental care done, you let the dentist and the hygienists into your personal space. It's important that you and your family trust that your dentist will provide professional care in a comfortable atmosphere. Comprehensive Family Dental is a family-owned and operated business that understands how important this trust is. 2 locations make it convenient for you and your family when scheduling appointments. When it comes to your dental work, expect the best. Call Comprehensive Family Dental today at 435-793-2210.
Your vehicle represents one of the major investments you'll make in your lifetime. If you have an accident, large or small, take care of your investment with a professional team that understands the value of your vehicle. T-Bar-S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston has been repairing and restoring vehicles to just like new condition for over 7 years. Don't trust your investment to just anyone. Let T-Bar fix your car. T-Bar-S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston. Stop in today for a free estimate. 515 County Road.
It's the model year-end clearance sale going on now at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston. They need to make room for the 2018, so the time to buy is now. Receive up to 20% off select models or up to $5,000 in bonus cash. Auto Farm is stuffed with 2017s that they need to move. Receive 0% financing for 72 months on select models. Get down here before they're gone. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. We're a different kind of dealer.
Back at Cokeville, where the Rebels just dropped the first set against Mountain View, 25-21. Going back to that match against Evanston, the Rebels had won the first two sets. Evanston quickly, after that, figured out the block, and if they just plan on the Rebels going high and outside to the left side of the Rebel offense, they get two blockers over there, and Rebels didn't have much offense after that against Evanston. And it was a pretty similar story for the Buffaloes. They made that adjustment real quick in that first set and earned the win. Rebels push it across following the serve, and the beginning serve is brought to you by the station in Randolph, here for your convenience needs. Peart pushes to the back corner, bumped up high, bumped by Georges, and Jenkins pushes it across to the middle. Peart, Kiera sets it up in the middle. Talisha hits into the net, and Mountain View will take a 1-0 lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. I can't help but think that Coach Stewart, during the timeout, they're near the end of the first set, and maybe emphasized it more between sets. We got to do more than just high and outside. We got to go to the middle once in a while. We got to mix up our sets, because those blockers they're just going straight to the side where we've been setting it every single time. So maybe switch things up a bit. Here's the serve by Timms. Rebels send it up, hit it across. It's deflected. Doug and finds the floor. 1-1. We are tied on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. We had our J-Bar Excavation dig of the game in the first set. Rebels were down 15-14. Or we were down 15-13 when Julia Hopkin had a great dig, a diving dig that led to a Rebel kill. Smith digs up a pretty good hit. Rebels keep it alive, and Kiara bumps it over. Georges to the middle. Timms hits hard down the line, out of bounds. Boy, the angle from where I'm sitting, that looked like there was no question. The Mountain View Buffaloes, I didn't actually see the ball hit. They wanted it to be in. I think they ended up getting the call that it was in. And they'll have the serve with a lead 2-1 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. The serve, Rebels, not a good pass, but they keep it alive. And they bump it over out of bounds. Rebels looking out of sorts here. Just not real focused or energetic, not sure what it is. Jenkins, again the serve. Smith dives to receive it, set up for Hopkin, and she splits the defensive block on the left side. 3-2, Rebels down by 1 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. The second set is brought to you by the Town of Woodruff, Mayor Bull Holman, council members Hugh Holman, Audrey Jessen, Raymond Franson, Millie Bradshaw, and clerk Lisa Bell. Talisha Larson serves, it's on the line, yes, a service ace. Rebels had just one of those in that first set. It speaks to the scrappiness of this Mountain View team. They've also got some height, and they hustle. Talisha to serve again for Rich. Toward us and left to right on mylocalradio.com. Pass up front. Georgia sets left side for Hereford. Rebels dig it up. Kiera sets high on outside for Julia. Her hit is into the antenna. And it's 4-3. Mountain View regains the lead. Haley Stevens checks in. And back to serve is Bailey Timms. She serves into the net. A service error. Rebels certainly cut down on service errors. They had 12 or 15 against Evanston. Just one knock on wood so far here in this match against Mountain View. Kiera bumped up high by Timms. Set left side. Hit into the net. Haley Stevens just misfired. And the Rebels have their first lead of set 2. 5-4 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Kiera Grohl again to serve. Goes back line, passed high by Timms. Georgia sets in the middle, and it's slapped across by Hereford. Rebels got the deflection on the block. Julia Hopkin push attack. Set left side this time, and the block deflected high by Hatch. Kiera sets left side again for Julia. Punched over the top. It's a low set. Georges sets into the middle, and the attack by Lindy Herford goes into the net. Rebels up 6-4. And Kiera will serve again. Good serve. Jenkins with a good pass. Georges left side for Haley Stevens. She hits it hard, and Rebels can't control it, can't dig it up. 6-5 on the side out. We'll put Kelsey Georges on the back line to serve. Bounce, dribbles it once and slaps it across. Smith passes, set up. Hopkin tips it across. It's deflected, bumped, and kept alive. Two great efforts to keep that one in the air. Rebels set it up again. Hopkin, and this time the one deflection, and it rolls to the floor. A Bear Lake Realty kill for Julia Hopkin. Visit BearLakeRealty.com. Gary and Amber McKee in Garden City. Hopkins serves down the line. Jenkins bumps high. Georges and the left side, Herford rather, slaps it across. Rebels set it up for Peart, who drills it through the defense right between the two blockers. And the Rebels lead 8-5. On the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Again, set 2 is brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Hopkins serves again. Pass up front by the libero, Carly Herford. Rebels block, but they're in the net. No, 2 hits. Here's what they'll call double touch. 8-6. Rebel lead is 2 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Bugas running jump serve. Hopkin with a good pass. Kiera sets for Peart, who crushes it, but diving dig by Herford. Jenkins slaps it over the block. Kiera dug it up with a dive. Hatch slaps it over. Buff set it up again, slapped down, and Peart digs it. She'll set back and then slap it across. Georges left side for Jenkins, who hits it hard, deflected. Hatch keeps it in the air, and Kiera slaps it down the line. A diving dig by Timms up to the net. Kiera is there for the dig. Stacy bumps it across. Peart slaps it to the back row. Dug by Herford, set up left side. Jenkins again with a hard hit. Hopkin digs it up, but not sure. A point for Mountain View. One of the Rebels must have been in the net or attacked from the back row. Set up into the net, and a lift is called against Haley Stevens, trying to go up high and knock it down. So Smith will serve. Just dug up by Herford. Set up for Jenkins, who misfires into the net. Rebels on top, 10-7 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard, trailing 1-0. Mountain View took the first set, 25-21. Second set is brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Herford sets it up into the middle, and what an attack by Haley Herford. She just tips it over the top of the block, and it drops right down. That was a quick, almost like a curveball of sorts, as that thing just dove to the floor. Hopkin to Peart on the outside, hit down the line. Buffs dig it up. Kiera digs. Stacy left side. Peart down the line, dug up again by Bugas. Very solid defense by the Mountain View Buffaloes. Rebels dig one up, set for Peart. Dug, bumped over by the Buffaloes. Kiera tries a quick return attack, but Mountain View is ready. Right back over there. Kiera sets again. Peart down the line, and it's in there. Nice attack by Savannah. And she found the hole in the defense from her vantage point down the left side line. Rebels up 11-8 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. And Amber Smith again serves. Back row to Jenkins. Georges back to Jenkins. High and outside on the left. Hit deflected by the block. Pancake dig, no. Peart dove down there, but didn't quite get underneath it. 11-9. Rebel lead is 2 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Checking in, Brianna Timms for Mountain View, and she'll run and jump serve. It's a rainbow that just clears the net. Rebel return goes over the net and out of bounds. Not a good pass, not a good receive. Timms to serve again. Serving right to left, and the Rebels out of rotation. We get a whistle just as the serve is released. And Timms will serve again. I don't know if this is a do-over. They haven't awarded either team a point. Mountain View gets the serve again. Kiera sets it up left side. Peart hits, deflected high in the air. Hereford left side. They go to Jenkins, hit down the line, dug up by Kiera. Pass up front. Stacy, they set it up for Peart, who slaps it to the back line, and she drops it in there. 12-10, the Rebels with the Bear Lake Realty kill from Savannah Peart. And the placement there, perfect. Risha Larson just clears the net. Nice looking serve. Bugas. The set is way outside. Jenkins hits it into the antenna. 13-10. Rebels extend the lead to 3. This is as big a lead as they've had in this match. They led 10-7 earlier in this set. And there's a bigger lead on a service ace. Brought to you by Circle H Land and Cattle Company. Risha Larson served that one. The Rebels could use a couple of more of those. That's just the 3rd service ace for Rich in this match against Mountain View. Larson serves too long, so we'll trade the service ace for the service error and make it 14-11 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rich up by 3. Rebels led 1-0 in the first set, but that was the only lead they ever held. Frankie Jenkins awaiting her chance to serve. Rebel football this evening will be at Bear Lake. We'll have your pregame starting at 6:20 right here on KADQ FM 98.3. Live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com. Bear Lake hosting the Rebels to kick off the season for both teams. Jenkins serves. Smith bumps it high. Kiera in the middle for Talisha. Cross court. Dug up pretty easily. Hereford hits, and a lift by the Rebels, to keep that one alive. Makes it 14-13. And there must have been that point earlier when they didn't award a point. Now a service error makes it 15-13. Rebels still on top by just 2. Savannah Peart to the back line. Jenkins, not a great pass. Georges bumps it high to the left side. It's slapped into the net. Lindy Hereford couldn't get on it what she wanted to. All started from a less than ideal pass. Now they've got the score at 15-14. I've got 16-13. We'll see if that changes. Set left side. Hit across by Lindy Hereford. Rebels dig it up. Set for Hopkin, who hits it down the line. Dug up by the libero. Hereford set up and bumped over the net. Peart is there. Kiera sets it up left side for Hopkin. Julia gets it through the block, but again, it's dug up by the libero. Back at the net, and into the net is Hopkin trying to defend that play. And boy, this my score is just, there we go. Now, okay, 16-14. Now they've updated, and that's what I've got. 16-14 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Kiera sets for Julia. Slapped across to the back row. Not a good pass. Bumped and pushed to the back corner. It is, they say, out. The line judge does. From my angle, that looked on the line, but I don't have the angle that the line judge does, and she's got the better one. Point goes to the Rebels. They earn the serve on the side out. 17-14. Rich up by 3 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard in this second set, brought to you by Town of Woodruff. Rebels serve. Mountain View attacks. Peart digs, set up in the middle. Hatch hits it to the back corner, out. Great idea, and there was nobody there, but she just misfired just a bit long. 17-15. Rich up by 2. Georges serves. Peart passes up to Kiera. Grohl left side. Hopkin crushes it. And a diving dig attempt by Frankie Jenkins goes high into the rafters and straight back to the floor. Bear Lake Realty kill for Julia Hopkin makes it 18-15 Rebels. After Mountain View took the first set 25-21. Hereford receives, set it up left side way outside, and Haley Hereford could not make a play on it. 19-15 timeout on the court for Mountain View and Coach Diana Timms. The Rebels up by 4 in set 2. And we'll take a quick break and be back on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Bear Lake's best information spot is Pugstone Sporting Goods, located at the 4-way stop in Garden City. Find out where the fish are biting, where the best scenic trails are, winter or summer, plus all the other information you need to have the best time ever at Bear Lake. You'll also find hunting and fishing supplies, boat equipment, life vests, clothing, beach toys, sunscreen, souvenirs, and more. Pugstone Sporting Goods at the 4-way stop in Garden City, Utah. At beautiful Bear Lake. Stop in today.
The best family vacations create lifelong memories. The Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming offers a family dinosaur dig and vacation package that includes digging for fossils at the Wyoming Dinosaur Center, sack lunches, tours of the museum, and lovely clean rooms for a comfortable night's stay. With 3 restaurants to choose from, you and your family will have fun, eat well, and rest easy. Schedule your family dinosaur dig at the Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming today. Call 866-657-1604.
Haley Herford with an attack. The Rebels block it, but then lift it to try and keep it in the air. And it's 19-16. Allie Bugas serves. Peart receives. Rich sets it up for Hopkin, who hits. It's blocked, and Rich digs it right back up. Hopkin hits again. This time down the line, a little softer, and it's misplayed by Kelsey Georges, giving the Rebels a 20-16 lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard in set 2. Mountain View took the first set, 25-21. Set 2 is brought to you by the town of Woodruff, and the Rebels need 5 more points to even this thing up. Hopkins serves. Good pass up front by Herford. Rebel block, deflects it, and it rolls over the top of the block to the floor. 20-17. Mountain View back to within 3. Trading serves here, and it'll be Carly Herford. She'll slap it across, and Smith passes up front. Set for Peart. It's bumped high into the rafters. They keep it alive and bump it over by Jenkins. Smith with a bad pass. She was didn't have good communication with Hatch, who just ducked out of the way at the last second. And it wasn't early enough for Smith to get in position to make that pass. Herford again. Hopkin with a good pass. Kiera barely has to move to Peart. Hit through the block, deflected out of bounds. 21-18. Savannah Peart with a Bear Lake Realty kill. Our J-Bar excavation dig of the game was courtesy of Julia Hopkin in the first set. We'll keep our eyes open for the Epic Recreation block of the game. And we'll have the Bear Lake Realty fan cam here in just a bit. Also invite you to stay tuned for our Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show. So you know how the game went, how the match went, and what's up next. Amber Smith serves. Jenkins, good pass up. Georges into the middle, slapped, and Timms hit it pretty hard. Rebels dig it up, get a pretty good attack. Peart hits just long past the back line, and it's 21-19. Rich was scrambling a bit there and just misfired a bit too long, just inches too long. I've got 21-19. Scoreboard said 22-18 for a moment there. Now it's fixed and says the same as I have. Back to serves, Brianna Timms. Brianna, I want to call her Brianna, but it's Brianna. Peart receives. Kiera sets left side. Talisha hits. Deflected to the floor. And boy, that doesn't happen very often. It was just Talisha's angle that got it up over the block. As she didn't have time to jump on that attack. She just slapped it and gave it a little roll. It hit off the fingertips of the blockers and rolled to the floor. Rebels up 22-19. Risha Larson serves. Set into the middle and hit to the back line. It's in there by Bailey Timms. 22-20. Rebels with a 2-point lead, trailing a game to none. Second set of this match against Mountain View. Frankie Jenkins serving. Peart receives. Kiera sets left side for Savannah. She hits, blocked by the net. That hit. She got all over the top of it a little bit, and it's 22-21. Rebel lead is gone from 4 down to 3, down to 2, and now at 1, 22-21 on Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Jenkins serves. Hopkin passes up front. Kiera sets left side. Peart with a good strong hit. Jenkins is there after the deflection by the block. Georges, her set goes into the net, and the Rebels earn the point, 23-21. Rich needs 2 more points to even this match up at a game apiece. Peart Serves. Jenkins, pretty good pass to Georges, set up on the left side. Punched across by Herford. Rebels dig it up. Kiera sets in the middle, and Larson hits it into the net. Didn't get underneath it enough. 23-22. That lead back to 1. If we continue to trade sideouts, the Rebels would win in a couple of serves. We'll see how it goes. Bailey Tim serves. Kiera bumps, and Hopkin pushes it just over the net. Set up left side. Timms hits. No, that was Herford rather that hit. Kiera sets for Hopkin. Hit, and Frankie Jenkins can't dig that one up. Hopkin got some good pop on it, and it's 24-22. Rebels with set point. Hatch back in on the front row with Hopkin and Grohl. Larson, and Peart on the back row, and it's Talisha to serve. Gets a good serve, not a good pass up at the net, but Mountain View keeps it alive. Push to the back corner is in there. Rebels couldn't quite get to it, and it's 24-23. Now, if we continue to trade side outs as we have for the last 5 points, the Rebels would get the side out here and win. Knock on wood, we'll see if that happens. Kelsey Georges serves. Hopkin. Kiera back to Julia. Hit. Dug up by Carly Herford. They set it up left side. Rebels block it. Hatch bumps it back over. Good quick move by Sydney. Set up into the middle. Tipped over the block. Rebels keep it alive. Hatch again just tips it across. Herford sets it up left side. Pushed down the line by Herford. That was Lindy on the push down the line. Then Hopkin is set up. Hits it. It's pancake dug, but then nobody can get to it. And Rich wins 25-23 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard, and we are tied at 1 game apiece following the Town of Woodruff's second set. Brought to you by Mayor Bo Holman, council members Hugh Holman, Audrey Jessen, Raymond Franson, Millie Bradshaw, and clerk Lisa Bell. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more of this match when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Woodruff, Utah has a long pioneer history with a post office that has been in operation since 1872. Woodruff was named after Wilford Woodruff, the 4th president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and is home to the Woodruff Steakhouse, a former Latter-day Saint office building that is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Our rich pioneer heritage is reflected in all our students by their hard work and commitment to excellence in the classroom and in their sports.
The best family vacations create lifelong memories. Schedule a family whitewater rafting trip today. Packages include your hotel room, transportation, whitewater rafting, and lunch in a native teepee. The Wind River Canyon is located on the Wind River Indian Reservation in Riverton, Wyoming, and is home to the Northern Arapaho and Eastern Shoshone tribes. Come and enjoy the waves, the breathtaking views of the oldest canyons in Wyoming. Call today the Wind River Hotel and Casino, where families play, stay, win. 866-657-1604.
When it comes to hard things in life, don't say, why me? Just say, try me. Remember, it's the tough things that make us the strongest. The cattle ranchers at Laziest Ranching are proud supporters of the youth in our community. Sim, Joe Jean, Carol, and Millie Weston, along with Sim Jr. and Meggie, remind everyone to eat more beef and cheer on the Rich Rebels. That's right. Eat more beef and cheer on the Rich Rebels.
When you need body work or a windshield replacement, it can be as simple as dropping your vehicle off and picking it up a couple of days later. T-Bar-S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston works directly with your insurance company to save you time and hassle. We know it isn't convenient to have a vehicle in the shop. That's why we work hard to repair and restore as quickly as possible to get you back on the road. Make it hassle-free. Let T-Bar fix your car. T-Bar-S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston. Stop in today for a free estimate. 515 County Road.
Well, Mountain View takes the first set 25-21. Rebels bounce back in set 2 to win 25-23. And we're tied at a game apiece. The Rebels lost earlier today to Evanston, 3-2. Mountain View blanked Preston 3-0 earlier today. Our camera today is brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Visit BearLakeRealty.com or call 435-946-8888. That's Gary and Amber McKee in Garden City. If you're looking for a beachfront room with a view, a secluded mountain retreat, plenty of timeshare options available as well. Now is the time to buy and start enjoying beautiful Bear Lake. Fantastic. Of course, my wife, my family and I live in Evanston, but travel to Bear Lake fairly frequently. Try to make it up there to the beach or camping or so many different activities. And if you're looking for real estate in the Bear Lake area, visit bearlakerealty.com. Heading on to the third set, brought to you by Rich County. Rebels with a championship cause. Rebels will look to take the lead in this match. Looking ahead a little bit to later today. The tournament schedule has the Rebels facing Preston with the JV match beginning at 8:30. Now we've got Rebel football tonight in Montpelier, just down the road, so I'll be heading over there right after this match finishes up. And our pregame for football starts tonight at 6:20. As soon as that football game is over, I'll try to get information on whether this tournament is on schedule and head back this way. Should there be time, I'll get back here to Cokeville and try to set up again real quick and bring you that Preston match if the scheduling allows. Set 3 is underway, brought to you by Rich County. And the Rebels serve, they get it back, set it up. Peart hits, nice hit, but Herford is there for the dig. Set up into the middle and slap. Talisha keeps it alive. It's off the basketball stanchion, and Mountain View takes the 1-0 lead. Beginning serve of each set is brought to you by the station in Randolph. Here for your convenience needs. The coldest drinks in town. Jenkins with the serve. Oh, high rainbow. Kiara sets left side. Peart, and it's blocked and kept in the air by Timms. Mountain View sets it up and hits it over. Risha with the dig. Rich sets it up. Peart's hit is blocked. She's somehow able to keep it in the air, and Talisha bumps it over. Set up left side, and here's the hit right through the middle of the defense by Lindy Herford. Mountain View leads 2-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Nice attack by Lindy Herford. That'll give the serve back to Jenkins another time. Frankie Hopkin with a nice pass up front. Rebels push it across. Pushed right back over by Brianna Timms. Rebels set it up front. Kiara sets in the middle. Talisha pushes over the top. Both teams a little hesitant to go ahead and get up there and fire away. Pushed over. Rebels set it up. Talisha again taps it over. Bumped and set up outside. Lindy Herford, Rebels dig it up. Kiara sets left side. This time Peart will go up and swing away. It's off the top of the net, deflected. And no, it did land inbounds. From my angle, it looked out of bounds, but that was right below the up official, and she said that thing's in. Rebels get their first point of the set, trail 2-1. Peart serves, dug up and passed to the left side. Herford slaps it across. Rebels dig. Kiara sets left side again. Hopkin hits it right through the block, and she just plunked that thing right between the two blockers and threw some hands to the floor. 2-2 in the third set, brought to you by Rich County and Savannah Peart with a service error. Just the third Rebel service error of the match. Gives Bailey Timms the serve. Hopkin passes. Kiara sets left side. Julia slaps it down, but it's dug up. Set up left side. Herford hits, and to the arms of Smith. She deflects it back to the wall, and it's 4-2 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Mountain View up by 2. Serve by Timms. Rebels return, get a good attack, but it's dug up. Herford just tips it past the block. Rebels dig, set it up in the middle, and Talisha, too much on it and too high, hits it long and out. 5-2. Mountain View with the lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Julia Hopkin tips this one across the net. Set up left side. Herford down the line. Risha is there. Kiara bumps it high, and Julia across the net. Set up left side again for Herford, and she hits way long. 5-3. Rebels earn the point, and Talisha Larson will step back to serve. Hatch in up front for the Rebels. Talisha serves to the back row. Jenkins passes up front. It's right near the net and tipped over. Rebels set it up. Kiara with a dump set and just dug up with a dive by Timms. Bumped back over. Rebels set it up again. Hatch from the middle, dug by Timms. Set up left side. Hereford down the line way too long. And it's 5-4. Rebels down by 1. Talisha again to serve, and another service error into the net. I shouldn't say another. That is the second of this third set, but just the 1, 2, 3, fourth of the match for Evans or for Rich. 6-4, Rebels trail on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard in set 3, brought to you by Rich County. Hopkin hits hard. It's blocked and then drops down on the Mountain View side of the net. They slap it back across. Rich sets it up. Hopkin hits it hard right at Hereford, who can't control it. Bear Lake Realty kill for Hopkin and the Rebels, who are down by 1, 6-5. Rich took the second set, 25-23, after Mountain View took the first set, 25-21. Served down the line by Kiera. Georges, left side, hit hard. Was it deflected? No, just hit out of bounds. Too hard and too long by Haley Hereford. We're tied at 6 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Kiera serves again to the back line. Pass up front by Lindy Hereford. Set up left side and diving dig by Kiera. Maybe another candidate for the J-Bar Excavation dig of the game. Hopkin hits. It's blocked to the floor. And Mountain View regains the lead 7-6 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Aces today are brought to you by Circle H Land and Cattle Company. Rebels had 2 in the second set, just 1 in the first. None so far here in the third. That's Circle H Land and Cattle Company service aces. Hopkin passes up into the net. May have been better off to let that one go. It looked like it was going to be out of bounds, but she played it. And it's 8-6. Again, the service by Allie Bugas. Rebels set it up. Hopkin hits to the back line. Bugas is there. Georges into the middle, pushed across by Stevens. Rebels a little trouble, not a good pass, but they do keep it alive and bump it over. Mountain View, more trouble, but they bump it over. Stacy into the middle. Hatch slaps it into the net, and Mountain View earns the point, make it 9-6. Buffaloes with the lead. Rebels set up for the serve receive from Bugas. And they'll let this one go, and it's just inbounds for the ace. Hopkin must have thought that would sail a little further. Bugas again. Hopkin dives to keep that one in the air. Set up, and Stacy just has to bump it over. Georges, Hereford slaps it across. Smith digs. Kiara left side. Hopkin with the left hand. Bump, bump, lifted, carried, double hit. Take your pick, 10-7. Rebels with the Bear Lake Realty kill. Visit BearLakeRealty.com. The beginning serve of each set brought to you by the station in Randolph, and kills by Bear Lake Realty. Bugas bumps it high into the middle. Set up, hit across the top of the net. Rebels dig it. Stacy bumps. Peart hits to the back corner, just wide. No, it was in. Just in. The line judge back there was getting out of the way and put her hands up to get out of the way, and then put her hands down to say that thing was in. Hopkin with the serve. Rebels down 10-8 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. In set 3, brought to you by Rich County. Epic Recreation block of the game right there. McKenna Stacy just stuffs that thing right back into the face of the Mountain View Buffaloes. Stacy had the Epic Recreation block of the game against Evanston. She'll take a quick breather, gets a couple high fives over on the bench from coaches and players alike, teammates. 10-9, Rebels down by 1. Hopkins serves. Georges sets left side. Jenkins misfires, and we're tied at 10 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. This is a 4-0 Rebel run. We'll see if they can keep it going. Hopkins serves one more time. Hereford, Georges left side. Jenkins didn't get a good set, so flat-footed, just slaps it across. Rebels bump it over, and earn the point. Rich is on top, 11-10. Another substitution in there for Rich. Get that in a second as Hopkins serves. The overset, or the overpass. Hatch goes up and tries to just smack it back down, but hits it outside wide and out of bounds. So we're tied at 11. Kendall Staple seeing her first varsity action. Saw mom and dad here earlier, and Talked with them a bit. Rebels sent it up. Hatch this time gets a good attack and makes good on that set. And it's 12-11. Rebels on top on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Part of that 5-0 Rebel run, that epic recreation block by McKenna Stacy. Bumped high, back set for Hereford. Nice dig by Smith to keep that in the air, and Rebels bump it over. Kiera did. Set up, a long set to the left side, and again, the Rebels dig, but just out of bounds. This time they can't control it. 12s on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard in set 3, brought to you by Rich County. Our post-game show will include the Jimmy John's Freaky Fest recap, the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital post-game recap, and the Roundup calendar brought to you by Lazy S Ranching. Tim serves as Brianna. Rebels hit it back up toward the net. Kiera lifts it to try and get it over the block. And Mountain View regains the lead. The Rebels had gone on a 5-0 run to take an 11-10 lead, but Mountain View has outscored the Rebels 3-1 since that point. And out of rotation, one of the Rebels makes it 14-12. Mountain View on top. They took the first set 25-21. Rebels won the second set 25-23. Mountain View won the JV match. They won both sets 19-16 and 19-13. A service error into the net will give the Rebels a point, make it 14-13. And Talisha Larson subs back in for the service. Third set brought by Rich County. Rebels with a championship cause. Timms passes up front. Georges in the middle. The set, the dig by Larson. That was Risha. Set for Peart. She hits hard. It's dug by Hereford. Set up left side. Jenkins slaps it. Smith digs. Kiera sets left side. Peart hits back row. Too long, but was it deflected? It looked to me like it was. The one back line judge says it was deflected. And I think they're giving the... There's a little discussion here. Deflected? Yes. Yes, it was. I don't have great eyesight, but I thought it was deflected. Risha rather, serves again. Hereford bumps high. Hereford bumps high, and Jenkins slaps it over. Kiera hits, bumped right back over the net. Kiera sets left side. Again, Peart hits, deflected to the back row, bumped up by Bugas. Georges, and then slapped across. Smith diving dig. Larson bumps it up, and Peart across the nylon. Set up into the middle of the quick set. Hopkins somehow able to dig. Grohl, Peart slaps it over. Dug by Bugas. Bumped high and bumped over by Timms. Kiera sets left side again for Peart, who splits the defense. A diving effort, but they can't get underneath it. And Rich leads 15-14 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. These Mountain View Buffaloes, there's Brianna Timms and Bailey Timms. And then there's Carly, Haley, and Lindy Hereford, all of whom get and are getting significant playing time. Tough to keep all those Timms and Herefords straight. Service error by the Rebels ties us back up at 15. Smith serve receive. Good job to get underneath it. Peart diving or hits it hard. A diving dig goes back over the net. Rebels set up the attack again. Peart hits it down and Hereford digs it again. Set up into the middle. And Timms hits it. Rebels dig, but a double touch by the Rebels makes it 16-15. Mountain View back up by 1. We're tied at 1 game apiece in this match. Timms, no, that was at Jenkins that served. Rebels can't control it, didn't get a good pass. And Mountain View leads 17-15. Coach Stewart will tell you it's a serve-receive game. Got to get that good receive, good pass to have a hope. Frankie Jenkins, number 19, serves left to right and toward us on mylocalradio.com. Smith receives, set outside for Peart, who gets over the top of it. And it's 18-15 as Peart hit it into the net. Jenkins serving again, 18-15. The Buffaloes up by 3. Kiera sets left side. Savannah hits, it's deflected, high in the air. Georges sets left side. Hereford bumps it over. And it's kept up in the air by the Rebels. Talisha slaps it across, bumped, and pushed over the net. Hopkin up ahead, set by Kiera, hit hard by Savannah, but dug up. Carly Herford bumps it over, the libero does. Rebels get a good pass, set and hit by Peart, but dug up again by Carly Herford. Set left side, this time by Lindy Herford. Rebels are there again, they set it up. Peart to the back line, Carly's there again. Georges left side to Lindy Herford, and one of the Rebels started to make a move toward it, so Amber backed off, and the other Rebel moved away, and Amber couldn't get underneath it by then. 19-15, Mountain View with the lead. Hopkin passes. Kiera's set is into the underside of the net. Not a great pass, and the Rebels trail 20-15. Might need a timeout here, as the Rebels are down by 5. Jenkins serves. Rebels get a good pass, good set, and Peart gets a good hit, but dug up by Jenkins. Set up and hit to the back row. Lindy Herford does. Rebels dig. Peart hits down the line in the corner, and it was deflected. Must have been out of bounds, because they're indicating the deflection rather than the inbounds signal. 20-16, Rebels finally get the side out after 5-6 straight points by Mountain View. Attack, Rebels dig it. Hopkin hits, blocked, Peart there. Hopkin hit again, Herford digs. Georges left side, here's Lindy Herford. Smith digs it high into the rafters, it deflects around, bumped up in the air, and Kiera bumps it over. Rebels, nice job to keep that alive. Georges sets it in the middle. Herford hits, and she gets it past the block and splits the defense on the back line. 21-16, Mountain View with the lead. They took the first set 25-21. Rebels took set 2, 25-23. Hopkin, good pass up front. Kiera sets left side. Julia hits between the blocks. She crushed it through them, but something happened, some kind of violation against Mountain View, so the Rebels get the point anyway. Would have been a Bear Lake Realty kill. Talisha Larson serves right to left and away from us on mylocalradio.com. And the return, 2 Rebels stood there and watched, 2 dove at it, and it's 22-17 as nobody took it. Kelsey Georges back to serve. Hopkin passes up front. Kiera left side, and Hopkin hits it down the line. It's deflected and lands in as well. 22-18 on the Bear Lake Realty kill. Scoreboard still says 21-18. I'd like it if that were the case. I think that's wrong though. Stacy's Repair scoreboard, and Kiera Grohl serves. Carly Herford passes up front. Georges a long way to get there. Pass to the back row. Smith, good communication, calling, I got it, mine. Hopkin hits, blocked out of bounds, and it's 22-19. Another Bear Lake Realty kill for Julia Hopkin. We need 3 more of those. And now the score says 22-20. Boy, this thing all over the place. I may have missed a point. I hope that's the case. Nope, 22-19. They get it back to where it was. Kiera deflects one way back, Amber Lee, and then bumped by Peart, not going to make it. 22, make it 23-19. Rebels need a quick side out here to avoid being in any more trouble or any closer to losing this 3rd set. Brought to you by Rich County, Rebels with a championship cause. Bugas. Peart passes up front. Kiera sits in the middle. Hatch hits it, deflected and kept in the air. Bugas bumps it high near the net, slapped over. Kiera passes up front. Staple sets it up. Hatch hits, and it's out of bounds. It went off the top of the net and deflected out. 24-19. The Rebels down by 5. Set point for Mountain View. Bugas. Hopkin passes up front. Kiera sets left side. Julia hits it down the line, and she just nailed it. 24-20. Set point again for Mountain View. Rebels need 4 straight points to avoid the loss. Hopkin, Bugas receives, bumped high into the middle. Herford hits it into the net. It's on the floor. Rebel point, 24-21. This is where we were in set 1, and Mountain View earned the point to win, 25-21. Hopkins serve just clears the net. Somehow pancake dug by Carly Herford, but then they can't control it. We'll give Hopkins the Circle H Land and Cattle Company service ace and make it 24-22. Hopkins serves again. Herford barely digs. It's an overset, and Peart swings and misses, and Mountain View wins 25-22 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Mountain View, with that victory, takes the lead in the match, 2-1. Set 4 is coming up in just a bit. That set 3 was brought to you by Rich County Rebels with a championship cause.
Volleyball action on Rebel Radio, KDQ FM 98.3, and online at mylocalradio.com.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Talisha Larson, and you're tuned in to Rich High School Volleyball on Rebel Radio, KDQ FM 98.3, and online at mylocalradio.com.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Everybody gets rock chips at one time or another in your vehicle window. From now on, anytime you get a chip in your windshield, don't think, oh booger. Instead, think T-Bar S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston, home of the 1995 rock chip repair. Rock chips are fixed in minutes, and the team at T-Bar S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston will come to you, or you can stop by the shop. T-Bar S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston, home of the 1995 rock chip repair. Call us today.
They really appreciate every customer at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. They understand that you have lots of options when it comes to purchasing outdoor recreation vehicles. That's why they work hard to earn your business by making sure they understand exactly what you want. They're friends with their customers. When you're happy, they're happy. If you haven't been to their store, they invite you to come visit. And if you've already one of their friends, stop in again soon and check out all of this season's gear. Cache Honda Yamaha, in between Logan and Smithfield on US 91.
Back at the season opening Cokeville tournament, Cokeville High School, Rebels, and of course also in the pool, Mountain View, Evanston, and Preston. Rebels lost to Evanston earlier today. Evanston will take on Preston just after this match is finished between Rich and Mountain View. And then Mountain View and Evanston will play right after that, and then Rich and Preston will play tonight. We've got Rebel football tonight at 6:20 is our pregame show. 6:20 pregame as the Rebels kick off the season at Bear Lake. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. tonight, and we'll have all the live action on KDQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com. Mountain View won the first set, 25-21. Rebels took set 2, 25-23, and the Buffs bounced back in set 3 to win 25-22. Our Laketown Ledger, brought to you by the town of Laketown, shows that the Rebels have faced Mountain View twice in the last 3 years. In 2015 and in 2014, the Buffs beat the Rebels 3-0 both those years. Rebels received the beginning serve, brought to you by Rich County's, by the station in Randolph, here for your convenience needs. They slap it across. Mountain View sets it up. Jenkins hits. It's deflected by Rich, and it drops to the ground. Well, Mountain View up 1-0. Rebels took the lead in the first set 1-0. Mountain View has led in each of the second, third, and fourth sets 1-0. Smith receives. Grohl sets in the middle. Talisha hits to the back line. Dug by Bugas. Set up, and a block by the Rebels is right on the line, out near the up official, and we're tied at 1. Nice Rebel block. Gives Rich the serve, and it'll be Savannah Peart first. Set up. Left side, Jenkins slaps it from flat-footed position. Smith digs. Hopkins digs it, or Hopkins set up for the hit, and she slashes it down. And Rich is up 2-1 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard following that Bear Lake Realty kill. Brought to you by Gary and Amber McKee in Garden City. Visit bearlakerealty.com. Peart again with the service. Carly Herford bumps it high. Georges, and into the middle. Timms pushes it across. Kiera left side for Hopkins, who punches it with the left hand. Carly Herford barely gets there in the back corner. Bump, scrambling, and Jenkins slaps it. Kiera sets for Hopkin, hit, blocked, and 4 hits as that one was blocked by the net. We're tied at 2 on the Stacy's repair scoreboard. Jenkins to serve for Mountain View. Smith receives for Rich. Kiera sets it up outside. Hopkin hits it down the line, but it's out of bounds. Hopkin really had to make a tough adjustment there and hit it with the left hand and could not keep it in. 3-2, Mountain View leads. Stacy's repair scoreboard, set 4 of this match. Mountain View on top, 2-1. Hopkins serve, receive back over the net. It's an overpass and slapped down to the floor. Pretty easy play there for, I think it was Bailey Timms. And it's 4-2 on the Stacy's repair scoreboard. Jenkins set up and serve again. Peart rather with the pass. Hopkin pushes it over. Georges, long set to the left side. Hereford, and bumped up, dunked by Peart, set up left side. Hopkin slams it, but it's blocked right back to her and onto the floor. 5-2, Mountain View with the lead. Frankie Jenkins. Again, the service. Rebels have had a hard time with her serve. Set up for Hopkin, and this time she just knocks it through the defense. And it's deflected out of bounds. Bear Lake Realty kill, and the side out makes it 5-3. Rebels down by 2 in the 4th set, trailing 2-1 in the match. Talisha Larson serves, received, and passed by Timms. Set up left side, hit hard, and that was Talisha. Got a fist on it, but bounced it out off the wall to her left side. And it's 6-3 Mountain View. Bailey Timms serves, Rebels receive. Kiera sets left side. Hopkin crushes it. A diving dig attempt by Jenkins. She got underneath it, but nowhere near control it. 6-4. Rebels down by 2. Kiera to serve up front. Looks like Staple, Hatch, and Hopkin. And the set way outside. Haley Hereford runs into the padded pole as she tries to get to that ball and punch it over. She hits it outside the antenna, and it's 6-5. Rebels down by 1. Kiera with a service ace. She hits it down the line, and the Buffaloes couldn't dig it up. I believe it was Brianna Timms. Kiera serves again, going right back to Timms, and she bumps it high on the back line. Set up left side. Hereford hits, partially deflected by Staple over her fingertips and to the floor. 7-6. Buffs on top, back in the lead. Kelsey Georges to serve. Peart receives. Kiera sets left side. Hopkin hits hard right at the block, and they were a little too far back from the net. That'll be a Bear Lake Realty kill. Hopkin able to just plunk that in there, and we're tied at 7. Hopkin serves. Hereford, they set it up in the middle for Timms. Or no, that was Hereford with the hit. Rebels scrambling, and they bump it over. Peart gets the bump over the net. Set up left side, hit, deflected. Kiera digs. Staple, and then Hatch misfires and hits it into the net from the middle. You like that middle attack because it keeps the defense guessing at least a little bit. But Hatch just couldn't quite get it over. Allie Bugas. Shuffling jump serve is just no rotation knuckleball. Rebels set it up. Peart hits. Was it deflected? It landed out of bounds, but it looked to me like it was deflected. Rebels not going to get that call. And it's 9-7, Mountain View on top by 2. Again, the shuffle jump serve by Bugas. Smith receives, pass up toward the net, and it's stuffed back down by Haley Hereford. 10-7, Mountain View with the lead, and on top 2-1 in the match, 2-1. Bugas serves into the net. That one way short. 10-8 following the service error. They haven't had a lot of aces, the Buffaloes, but neither have they had a lot of errors. 1, 2, 3, 4-5, just the 5th service error of the match. Here we are in the 4th set. Back set, and Herford finds the floor in the back corner. Rebel defense wasn't ready for that back set. That might be something the Rich wants to work on, add to the arsenal. That's been effective against them today. Carly Herford to serve, the libero. Goes to the back line. Peart digs. Kiera sets it up in the middle. Talisha pushes it into the middle. Jenkins with the hit. Not real strong, and Savannah digs it up. Set up left side for Savannah Peart. And she just swings away and hits it hard into the block. Works out for a Bear Lake Realty kill. As the ball dropped right between the block and the net. That'll put Risha Larson back to the serve. Herford receives, set up left side. Jenkins splits the defense. Smith digs it up. Kiera sets left side. Peart again hits. It glances off the block. Set up left side again for Jenkins for Mountain View. Dug by Risha. Kiera sets left side again. Peart, this time it glances off the top of the net to the floor. And the Rebels are within 1, 11-10 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard after that Bear Lake Realty kill. Our J-Bar excavation dig of the game, Julia Hopkin in the first set. Rebels, it was part of a 6-1 run. Our Epic Recreation block of the game so far, McKenna Stacy, part of a 5-0 run in the 3rd set. Rebels get a good dig from Julia, set it up. Peart hits long and out of bounds. The Rebels had a chance to tie, but instead give it back to Mountain View, who leads 12-10. 4th set, Rebels down 2-1. Lost to Evanston this morning, 3-2. Hopkin on the back row, receives. Kiera sets, and Peart splits the defense. Boy, she just drilled it right through him. And it's 12-11. Rebels back to within 1, needing a win in this 4th set to force a 5th set and have a chance to win the match. Peart. Serve received, not a good one. That'll count as a service ace. An unconventional one, as the ball was certainly playable. That pass was certainly playable, but Timms didn't really go for it. Georges couldn't get to it. Timms receives, passes high. Georges sets in the middle. Jenkins tries to just tip it over, but Hopkin is in the net trying to go up and put a lid on it. And Mountain View regains the lead, 13-12 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. This one's been tight. Neither team is led by more than 3 points. Mountain View led a couple of times in this 4th set. Kiera with a long set for Hopkin. Herford digs it up. Georges in the middle. It's slapped by Timms, and the Rebel diving effort by Smith deflects it way to the back wall. Out of bounds. Point Buffaloes. 14-12 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Jenkins again to serve, and she's been tough. Rebels have had a hard time getting good passes off her serves. They get one here, though. Smith to Grohl. Kiera sets it up for Hopkin, who crushes it, and it's nicely dug up by Herford. Punch to the back line. Smith, another good pass. Kiera sets left side. Again, Hopkin drilled down the line, bumped high into the air to the back wall, and it's a Bear Lake Realty kill for Julia Hopkin. 14-13. Rebels down by 1 in this 4th set. Serving toward us, left to right on mylocalradio.com. Rebels in all black. Mountain View with purple sleeves. Probably tough to see if you're watching online at home. Hopkin set up. She hits into the block. They lift it back up or bump it back up and then hit to the back corner. But a point. Yeah, it was in. 15-13. Every time the Rebels get to within 1 or tie, Mountain View goes on a little mini run and extends the lead back. Bailey Timms. Hopkin receives. Kiera sets left side. Julia hits hard. Blocked, and Savannah Peart is there to dig it back up. This time Julia goes away from the block. It's dug back and overpass, and Julia goes up and smacks it down. 15-14. Here we go. Rebels back to within 1. Substitution. Kendall Staple checks in. She's number 6. Also on the front row, Julia Hopkin and Sydney Hatch. Back line. Kiara Grohl, who serves. Jenkins receives. Smith and Peart also on that back line for Rich. The set into the net, and we're tied at 15. Didn't get a great pass, and the set was way off target for Mountain View. So Kiara Grohl, who's got a couple of aces already in this match, passes or serves. Timms passes up front, set up left side. Herford, nice cross-court hit. Got some good rotation on that slap, and it's 16-15. Mountain View back on top. That's stayed right with the way this match has, this fourth set has gone. Mountain View builds a little lead. Rebels battle back. Just when they get about tied, the Mountain View gets a side out and rebuilds the lead. Here we go, though. Hopkin gets a nice set and hits it. Gets it blown off the block and out of bounds, and the Rebels have tied it back up at 16 after that Bear Lake Realty kill. That sends Hopkin back to serve. Julia just clears the net. Set up a back set for Hereford, who hits it down the line. Hopkin bumps it high. Peart back toward the middle, and Julia hits it to the back row. Jenkins shanks it back to the wall, and the Rebels have the lead, 17-16. It's the first Rebel lead since it was 2-1, I believe, in this fourth set. Hereford passes up front, set in the middle, and a nice touch attack by Haley Hereford to tie us back up at 17. Two very evenly matched teams. Mountain View won their two sets by a total of 7 points. Rebels won the second set by a total, or by 2. And this fourth set has been back and forth, tight, tight, tight. Peart hits, dug up, and pushed across the net by the Buffaloes. Kiara digs. Staple bumps, and Peart pushes over. Georges may have gotten away with a double contact, double touch. Rebels are able to dig it up, though, keep it alive. Hatch slaps it across the net. Mountain View sets it up. Jenkins again hits, and dug by Hopkin, but over the net and out of bounds. And Mountain View regains the lead, 18-17. Rebels had a lead just briefly, 17-16. Mountain View with 2 straight points, and it's Allie Bugas to serve. Smith dives forward, and able to dig it up. Peart pushes down the line. Doug Georges to the middle. Hereford hits it long and out of bounds. We're tied back up at 18 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Fourth set here in this match. The Rebels trailed 2-1. Lost to Evanston this morning, 3-2. Georges with a set in the middle. Bugas hits it down to the right side, and Julia's there. Peart gets the hit, swings away, and hits it wide. She was trying to go cross court and just hit it out a bit too wide. 19-18. Rebels down by 1. And Carly Hereford, just heard one of her teammates say, "You got it, Carr." Carr hits it to Hopkin, who receives. They set it up. Talisha hits, blocked and dug up by Peart. Smith on the back line bumps it up, and Hopkin bumps it over. Georges again sets. This one a bad set and a double hit, or was it a lift? Somebody in the net. And we're tied at 19 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. That'll send Risha Larson back to serve. It'd be nice to get a little run going here and pull a lead. Hereford, nope. That was Timms with the hit, Bailey Timms. Nice placement to put Mountain View back on top, 20-19. And Brianna Timms drops back to serve. She'll serve a high rainbow. Hopkin right in the middle. They keep it there, and Peart just waxes that thing to the back corner, and we're tied at 20 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard with Bear Lake Realty kill for Savannah, who will step back and serve. Peart just clears the net. Hereford's pass up front, and Georges sets over the net, then bumped and to the floor. Mountain View was scrambling a little more than they could handle, and Rich earns the lead, 21-20 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels need to pull out the win here for a chance to win the match, trailing 2-1. Georges sets left side. Jenkins hits down the line. It's, I think, deflected, and it's in, and we're tied at 21. This match has gone a lot of side outs. We haven't seen servers more than 1 or 2 times in a row. As Frankie Jenkins steps back to serve, that's a good thing because now she's not on the front row. Kiera sets left side. Hopkin crushes it down the line, but just out, just wide. And it's 22-21. Mountain View regains the lead. So Jenkins to serve again, and the Rebels need a side out. Frankie with the serve. Hopkin, good pass, set up for Julia. Back row, Carly Hereford digs it up. Georges left side, hit by Hereford to the back line. Dug by Peart, set up for Hopkin again, and Carly Hereford digs again over the net. Peart bumps it high. Kiera taps it across. It's dug up right near the net. Georges, and then punched over by Timms. Rebels dig it up, keep it alive. Kiera set left side. Hopkin hits, and Hereford digs it. Set up in the middle. Hereford slaps it into the net. Nope, that was Bailey Timms with the slap into the net. And we're tied at 22 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Now the Rebels have the serve with Talisha Larson delivering. It's a diving received by Brianna Timms. It's hit by Hereford, and the Rebels dig it up. Hopkin crushes it into the block. It's out of bounds, and Rich has the lead, 23-22. 1 point away from set point, 2 points away from forcing a fifth and final set. Talisha Larson serving. Could use Circle H's Land and Cattle Company ace here, and we almost get one as the receive goes way up high into the air, and then the pass up toward the front is into the net. The Rebels lead 24-22. And a timeout on the floor. Coach Diana Timms wants one. We'll take a quick one as well and be back after this on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. Rebels up 25-22 in the fourth set. Founded in 1997, the Mountain Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho serves Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming and is proud to sponsor the students and staff at Rich High School. The Mountain Valley Cattle Company is established on the foundation of hard work, commitment, and perseverance, knowing that every individual on the team must give their best for the team to succeed. The same principles that students and athletes at Rich High School are learning today that will help them lead tomorrow. The Mountain Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614. Set point for the Rebels, trailing 2-1. We're in set 4, but Rich with a chance to force a fifth set. Talisha serves, barely dug up by Brianna Timms. Hit into the net, and the Rebels win. 25-22 in set 4 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. That ties up this match at 2 games apiece. A crucial come-from-behind win. We were back and forth. I'm going to count up how many ties and lead changes we had in that fourth set. It was tight, and the Rebels come away with a win, 25-22. That does it for set number 4, so we'll take a quick break. But before we do, let's remind you our camera today is brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. It's the fan cam, bearlakerealty.com. If you're looking for a beachfront property, a timeshare opportunity, a room with a view, a secluded mountain retreat, a winter or summer recreation headquarters, visit bearlakerealty.com if you're looking for real estate in the Bear Lake Valley. Stay tuned. More Rich Rebel volleyball coming up when we return on the Wildlife, 98.3 FM and mylocalradio.com.
The best family vacations create lifelong memories. The Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming offers a family dinosaur dig and vacation package that includes digging for fossils at the Wyoming Dinosaur Center, sack lunches, tours of the museum, and lovely clean rooms for a comfortable night's stay. With 3 restaurants to choose from, you and your family will have fun, eat well, and rest easy. Schedule your family dinosaur dig at the Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming today. Call 866-657-1604.
Your vehicle represents one of the major investments you'll make in your lifetime. If you have an accident, large or small, take care of your investment with a professional team that understands the value of your vehicle. T-Bar S Body Shop in Technoglass of Evanston has been repairing and restoring vehicles to just like new condition for over 7 years. Don't trust your investment to just anyone. Let T-Bar fix your car. T-Bar S Body Shop in Technoglass of Evanston. Stop in today for a free estimate. 515 County Road.
It's the model year-end clearance sale going on now at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston. They need to make room for the 2018, so the time to buy is now. Receive up to 20% off select models or up to $5,000 in bonus cash. Auto Farm is stuffed with 2017s that they need to move. Receive 0% financing for 72 months on select models. Get down here before they're gone. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. We're a different kind of dealer.
As the hospital closest to Bear Lake, professional medical care is always available at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. As a full-service hospital, Bear Lake Memorial offers an emergency room that's open 24/7. They treat patients of all ages. Other professional services include physicians' clinics, assisted living, home health services, counseling, dialysis, physical, occupational, and speech therapy, orthopedic care, and skilled nursing. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
Mountain View took sets 1 and 3. The Rebels have taken sets 2 and 4. We had 12 ties in that fourth set. The teams were tied 12 times. Rebels had 2 service aces, which helped them to a 25-22 win in the fourth set. And that forces a 5th and final set. The Rebels went 5 sets with Evanston earlier today and lost 15-8 in that 5th frame. We'll see what they do here against Mountain View. Each the team that's been serving from left to right and toward us on mylocalradio.com has won each set. Let's hope that trend doesn't continue as the Rebels are serving the opposite direction. I think Rich will have the station in Randolph beginning. Hits hard, dug by Hereford and kept alive. Set into the middle. Timms hits back row. Smith digs it up, but double hit by the Rebels gives Mountain View the point, and we're tied at 1. Double touch. I don't know if we just dropped our video streaming for a minute there. Hopefully we're back on. Kate, let me know if we're back on and good. Peart hits. It's blocked right back to her, but out of bounds over the top of her head. A Bear Lake Realty kill for the Lady Rebs, and it's 2-1. Rich on top. Peart with the serve down the line. She goes right at Frankie Jenkins, who makes a good pass. Hereford hits, blocked by Larson. That was Talisha. Set up into the middle, push to the back line. Smith, pass up front. Kiera dumps it to the back row. Hereford pushes up or bumps up front. Set up, hit to the back row. Smith again with the dig. Kiera sets left side. Hopkins splits the D and drops it. It's 3-1. Bear Lake Realty kill for Julia Hopkins. And the Rebels are on top in this 5th set. We're tied at 2 games apiece. Savannah Peart serving again. And this one shanked off to the side, still playable. Bumped and bumped. Will it make it over? It will not. The Rebels with a 4-1 lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Again, looking back at our Lake Town ledger, I could only find 2 times when Evanston has played, or when Rich has played Mountain View in the last 15 years. And Mountain View is 2-0 against Rich. Here's the hit by Bailey Timms. She hits it way long, and the Rebels lead 5. Bumps it over. Down the line, Georgia set up in the middle. Blocked by Hopkins. Again, set up in the middle. Hereford hits it over, and the Rebels dig it up. Set left side. Hopkins, and it's dug up. What a diving dig effort, and bumped over. Rebels keep it alive, bump it across, and slap it down the line. Or back to the middle, rather. Hereford hits it down the line, and good dig by Risha. Set up. Talisha hits it. It rolls off the top of the net and down to the floor. All right. Rebels, it comes back to him. Sorry, dealing with some internet issues, and we're going to see if we can get that fixed while we continue to give you some of this action. It goes back and forth. Rebels hit it. It's on the floor on Mountain View's side of the net. There was some question as to where it was, who hit it last, and then finally we get the indication it was out, out, out. And Mountain View earns the point. And then Mountain View earns another quick point on a service ace. Rebels get a good pass this time. Kiera with a dump set. A hit by Mountain View is way long. Rebels easily and quickly recognize that. Let it go. It's 7-4. Rich on top on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Apologies for the internet issues. We're using Cokeville High School's internet, and it's been in and out a little bit in the last couple minutes. Rebels with a service error. That's the second one of this 5th set. Makes it 7-5. Rebels had 5 service errors in the set 5 loss against Evanston earlier today. Kiera sets left side. Hopkins hits, blocked. Peart bumps it up. Kiera sets left side again. And this time Hopkins just drills it into the block, and it's deflected out of bounds. A Bear Lake Realty kill for Julia Hopkins, and the Rebels lead 8-5 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Service by Hopkins, passed up front. Not a great pass, not a great set, but they slap it over. Pretty good attack. Kiera bumps it high. Stacy bumps it high again, and then Peart slaps from the back row. Georges sets it into the middle. Herford hits it hard, wide, and out. 9-5. Rebels on top. Rebels need a win here to keep hopes alive of competing in the championship, the gold bracket tomorrow. Hopkins serves. Good laser, strong serve. Herford, though, with a good pass. Jenkins hits. Rebels dig it up. That was Hopkins. Set up left side. Peart hits. Deflected, and Jenkins is there. Bumps it high. Georges back to Jenkins on the left side. Hit down the line, out of bounds. Did Rich deflect it? They did not. It's just hit out. 10-5. Rebels with the lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard in set 5. Mountain View won the first and third sets. Rebels won the second and fourth. Georges sets it up on the back row for Bugas. Rich digs, sets left side. Peart hits hard, but Herford with a nice dig. Georges sets it into the middle. Herford punches it over. Dug up by Rich, up high. Kiera sets left side. Again, it's Peart. Hit, blocked! What a stuff by Haley Herford. And it's 10-6. The point easily there goes to Mountain View. Not easily, but obviously. Herford. This is Carly, the libero. Rebel serve received, not good, into the net and then under the net as Kiera tries to keep it alive. That makes it 10-7. Scoreboard has not updated one of Mountain View's points. Now it does. Hopkins passes up front. Kiera sets. Peart hits off the top of the nylon, rolls over, and it's dug up, set, hit by Timms. Rebels set it up, and Peart with the, like a hook shot type attack. Running to her right, swinging with her right, back toward her left across her body. Finds the back corner with a Bear Lake Realty kill, and Rich leads 11-7. And feel the energy, the emotion back into this gymnasium, especially on the Rebel side. Jenkins with a touch attack and a nice one. Just tipped it over and to the floor. Over the block and up in front of the back line of defense. 11-8. Rebel lead is 3, and the scoreboard just shut off. Brianna Timms serves, dug by Hopkins, or received rather, set up. Talisha hits, dug on the back row by Bugas. Set up in the middle and hit by Timms. Rebels dig. Kiera sets in the middle, and it's Peart. This time she goes cross court from the middle to the right corner, and that'll make it 12-8. Another Savannah Peart Bear Lake Realty kill. Visit BearLakeRealty.com or stop in. Go ahead, Gary and Emmer McKee's office in Garden City. Scoreboard says 11-8. They're going to take a quick, I think, officials timeout to fix the scoreboard. And just as players start to head off the court, the scoreboard is fixed. And we will take a timeout. I'll take a quick one as well. Back after this on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
When it comes to parts and service, don't rely on anyone other than the team at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. The professional mechanics and parts department team have the experience to help you with whatever you need. When you need to add a winch, get an extra belt or spark plugs, winterize, repair or replace tires, or have a rebuild, they can help. Whatever you need, gift ideas, parts, accessories, or a great mechanic, you'll find it all at Cash Honda Yamaha in between Logan and Smithfield on Highway 91.
Back at Cokeville, where the Rebels lost this morning to Evanston after taking the first 2 sets. The Rebels dropped sets 3, 4, and 5. Here against Mountain View, the teams have traded victories. Mountain View won first, then the Rebels, then Mountain View, then Rich. But now in set 5, the Rebels have a 12-8 lead. Talisha Larson is serving just about, or no, Risha Larson just about gets the ace, but it works out pretty well for Rich as the return, the attack, goes over the net and out of bounds. A push attack from the back line by Carly Herford. Risha to serve again. Rebels up 13-8. She's picking on Brianna Timms. Pass up front. Good set. Jenkins with a big hit. Dug by Hopkins. It's out of bounds, but the Rebels keep it alive, and Peart slaps it over. Georges bumps it high. It's off the rafters and down, but bumped over. Risha pass up front. Kiera sets left side. Talisha hits back row. Georges is there. Or no, it was Bugas was there. Hit across. Smith digs. Set into the middle. Peart hits back line, and again it's Bugas. Georges hits it across and into the net. It was one of the Buffaloes putting the Rebels up 14-8, and it couldn't have come at a better time as their attack found the floor. So Risha will try to close this one out. She may get an ace, not quite, just about, but they barely get it over. Brianna Timms, Rebels struggling a little bit to control, and Talisha pushes it over the net. Georgia sets it, a quick set right in the middle, but dug up. Good job by the Rebel blockers to be there. Set up for Peart, hit to the back line. Bugus bumps it high. Herford, and then Jenkins bumps it over. Smith up front, great pass to Kiera, set left side. Peart hits hard, blocked. Kiera somehow digs it up. New J-Bar excavation dig of the game. Rebels keep it alive. Set it up left side again for Peart. Hit, blocked, and high in the air. It's bumped, and Jenkins will push it into the net, and the Rebels win. 15-8 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. The J-Bar dig to Kiera. We'll discuss whether Kiera gets it for that dig or Julia for her dig in the first set when we return on the postgame show. The Rebels win 3-2 over Mountain View. After losing the first set and the third set, the Rebels come back and win sets 4 and 5 to earn the victory and keep hopes alive for a spot in the championship bracket tomorrow. Stay tuned. Our post-game show brought to you by Mountain Valley Cattle Company is coming up, including the Freaky Fast recap brought to you by Jimmy John's, the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital post-game recap, and the Lazy S Ranching Roundup calendar. Those are all coming up when we return. The Rebels win over Mountain View 3-2 on the Wildlife. 98.3 FM Rebel Radio and on mylocalradio.com. Founded in 1997, the Mountain Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho serves Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming and is proud to sponsor the students and staff at Rich High School. The Mountain Valley Cattle Company is established on the foundation of hard work, commitment, and perseverance, knowing that every individual on the team must give their best for the team to succeed. The same principles that students and athletes at Rich High School are learning today that will help them lead tomorrow. The Mountain Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Randolph is located near the geographic center of Rich County, Utah, on a high plateau with an average elevation of 6,300 feet. The first group of settlers, led by Randolph H. Stewart, camped on a knoll south of the present town site on March 14, 1870. Randolph is a town of extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 in the winter. The folks who live here are also extreme, extremely loyal, extremely friendly, and extremely supportive of our youth. Good luck to all the Rich Rebels this year from everyone at the town of Randolph.
Welcome back to the post-game show brought to you by Mountain Valley Cattle Company. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. I need to try and make this fairly quick because I got to get over to Montpelier and set up for Rebel football tonight. Pregame starts at 6:20, so let's jump right into the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap at 113 Front Street in Evanston. Jimmy John's has gourmet sandwiches fresh and fast every day. Rebels, after losing the first match of the day, 3-2 against the Evanston Red Devils, a match in which the Rebels won the first two sets and then lost sets 3, 4, and 5 to lose to Evanston. Rich takes on Mountain View in the afternoon at the Cokeville tournament, and Mountain View jumped out to an early lead and won 25-21 in the first set. Rebels win on a 6-1 run to keep that close midway through, but couldn't come away with the win. In the second set, it was tied back and forth all the way through, and the Rebels came away with a win, 25-23. Team switched sides, and the third set went back to Mountain View. They went on a 6-0 run to go from trailing 15-14 to taking a 20-15 lead, and then Mountain View won 25-20. Fourth set went back and forth. We had 12 ties and a bunch of lead changes, and the Rebels pulled away late. We were tied at 22 before the Rebels scored the final 3 points and won 25-22. And then in set 5, it was a solid win for the Rebels, 15-8, and Rich earns the victory over Mountain View 3-2. That was your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Jimmy John's at 113 Front Street in Evanston, fresh and fast every day. Stay tuned. We got more of your Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show coming up when we return, and we'll talk about what's coming up the rest of today on the broadcast. We got football and volleyball possibly later tonight, so I'll tell you about it when we return on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
As the hospital closest to Bear Lake, professional medical care is always available at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. As a full-service hospital, Bear Lake Memorial offers an emergency room that's open 24/7. They treat patients of all ages. Other professional services include physicians' clinics, assisted living, home health services, counseling, dialysis, physical, occupational, and speech therapy, orthopedic care, and skilled nursing. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
Bear Lake's best information spot is Pugstone Sporting Goods, located at the four-way stop in Garden City. Find out where the fish are biting, where the best scenic trails are, winter or summer, plus all the other information you need to have the best time ever at Bear Lake. You'll also find hunting and fishing supplies, boat equipment, life vests, clothing, beach toys, sunscreen, souvenirs, and more. Pugstone Sporting Goods at the four-way stop in Garden City, Utah. At beautiful Bear Lake. Stop in today.
Welcome back to the post-game show brought to you by Mountain Valley Cattle Company. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. We had your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, and it's time now for the post-game recap presented by post-game highlights and stats presented by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. Rebels lost the first set, and they were down by 5 early on. It was 14-9. Well, midway through, Rich went on a 6-1 run that included candidate for your J-Bar excavation dig of the game by Julia Hopkin. Led to a point for the Rebels, made it 15-14, and they later, just after that, tied it up at 15. But then Mountain View went on a run and ended up winning that first set 25-21. Rebels bounced back, though, in set 2. A tight set. Neither team led by more than 3 or 4 points in that second set, and Rich ended up winning by just 2, 25-23. Set 3, Rich was down 10-6. They had a nice little run of a 5-0 run to take an 11-10 lead. That included an epic recreation block of the game by McKenna Stacy, who's played some very valuable minutes here as a freshman at this tournament already. But that 5-0 run wasn't enough. The lead didn't hold. Mountain View went on a 6-0 run to go up 20-15, and then went on to win 25-22 in that third set. Set 4 went back and forth. We had 12 ties and a bunch of lead changes, and the Rebels ended up with a win 25-22 to force a 5th set. And in that final set, the Rebels jumped out to a 5-1 lead, including a service ace to start the set. Service ace is brought to you by Circle H Land and Cattle Company. And then Rich went on to win 15-8 in that 5th set and win the match 3-2. Beginning serve of each set was brought to you by the station in Randolph, our dig of the game, J-Bar excavation, our block of the game, Epic Recreation. And this post-game highlights and stats are brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. Well, stay tuned. We got more of the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show, or the, more of the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show coming up in just a bit. We'll take a quick break and be back to take a look ahead at what's coming up for the rest of today and tomorrow on the Laziest Ranching Roundup calendar on this presentation of Rich High Volleyball on KADQ FM 98.3, live streaming video at mylocalradio.com. When you have dental care done, you let the dentist and the hygienists into your personal space. It's important that you and your family trust that your dentist will provide professional care in a comfortable atmosphere. Comprehensive Family Dental is a family-owned and operated business that understands how important this trust is. 2 locations make it convenient for you and your family when scheduling appointments. When it comes to your dental work, expect the best. Call Comprehensive Family Dental today at 435-793-2210. When it comes to hard things in life, don't say, why me? Just say, try me. Remember, it's the tough things that make us the strongest. The cattle ranchers at Laziest Ranching are proud supporters of the youth in our community. Sim, Joe Jean, Carol, and Millie Weston, along with Sim Jr. and Maggie, remind everyone to eat more beef and cheer on the Rich Rebels. That's right. Eat more beef and cheer on the Rich Rebels. Back on the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show, brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. The Rebels lost 3-2 to Evanston this morning. They win 3-2 against Mountain View this afternoon. They'll play Preston tonight. And we'll tell you more about it right now on the Laziest Ranching Roundup calendar. Laziest Ranching, eat more beef and cheer on the Rebels. Rich gets back into it tonight. Now, if the schedule holds true for this tournament, the JV would start tonight at 8:30 against Preston, who lost earlier today to Mountain View, who will play, Preston will play Evanston right here in just a couple of minutes. But so if that schedule holds true and the JV starts at 8:30, that would put the varsity starting at about 9:15 to 9:30. Now, if that's the case, I would have time to finish up the football broadcast, hustle back over here to Cokeville, and bring you the live coverage of, I think, most of that varsity match. So you can tune in, stay tuned for that tonight. I'll get updates as we go as far as where the schedule is on timing, where the tournament is on scheduling during the football broadcast, and we'll see, and we'll hope that that's the case so we can get back here and cover Rich versus Preston tonight. Now, for certain, I'm going to pack up and head over to Bear Lake, to Montpelier, here in just a few minutes, as we've got our football pregame show starting at 6:20, and Rich kicks off the season at Bear Lake. So make sure to tune in for that tonight. Again, pregame at 6:20. As Rich is at Bear Lake. Varsity kickoff scheduled for 7 o'clock. And then don't miss any of the action tomorrow as the Rebels continue play here at the Cokeville tournament. Game times and opponents are to be announced, but we'll have all the Rebel matches from here in Cokeville tomorrow right here on mylocalradio.com. And you can always listen at KADQ FM 98.3 FM, The Wildlife. Well, that wraps up the Laziest Ranching Roundup calendar. Eat more beef and cheer on the Rebels. It sounds good. I need to go get some food. Cheering on the Rebels, that's pretty easy. The post-game show also wraps up, brought to you by Mountain Valley Cattle Company, Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Thanks for tuning in. For my producer today, back in the studio, putting in double duty today, Kate, doing a fine job. She's been there since early this morning. She'll be there till late tonight. Kate, thanks for your work back in the studio. I'm Ryan STEINECKERT, and I'll talk to you again soon.
You've been tuned in to Ridge High School Rebel Volleyball on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, with video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's match has been brought to you by these Rebels supporting businesses and individuals: Edwards Furniture in Logan, West Star Printing in Evanston, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, T-Bar S Body Shop Technoglass of Evanston, the Wind River Hotel and Casino of Riverton, Wyoming, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, and by mylocalradio.com. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of Old West Media, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the aforementioned rights holder.
Our executive producer is Val Cook. We thank our office manager, Kayleen Anderson, and our sales manager, Julie Burley, along with KNYN Sports Director, Jake Hibbert, Chief Photographer, Warren Cook, and production assistants, Kate Bullender and A.J. Lamb. Biggest thanks to all of our sponsors and to you for tuning in. We invite you to visit mylocalradio.com for archived games and past interviews with Rebel players and coaches. Thank you for joining us on this presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ FM 98.3 and online at mylocalradio.com. Until the next time the Rich High Volleyball team takes the court, go Rebels!